Welcome to this audio-video overview of the job description for Digital Marketing Account Manager at GlobeRunner, a digital marketing company in Dallas, Texas. What this is an audio overview of a lot of information that you're not going to find on the internet, so that if you are busy and need to take time to listen to this, you can take advantage of the fact that it's in audio format. And it's a complement to the information that is downloadable in the links that we've provided you, which is the benefit overview and the position profile and information about the company. Now, the reason we're doing this way is because it's time sensitive. We need to get this information to you quickly. Now, if you're receiving this, are already a candidate for the digital marketing account manager position. You've been pre-screened and identified as somebody that we're interested in. The position is advertised as 2 jobs right now: a executive digital marketing account manager and a digital marketing account manager. They're not 2 jobs. There's 1 position that's available, but we're opening this up to folks that have less experience and people that might have more experience. If you have 5, 7, 10 years of experience, then you may be in an executive level capacity with a lot of prior relationship management experience in the digital marketing space, and we've got a place for you in the organizational structure. If you're a more junior professional with 3, 5 years experience, well, we have a place for you too, and a career path, but it provides us an opportunity to engage anybody who has the required qualifications. So congratulations. Right now, let me explain where you're at in the process. We've either posted something online, you've seen it, you've responded to an ad, or you've received an email from us directly, and you're now in the process. We've already pre-screened you. We've looked at your resume, your background. Maybe you were already on our radar, and we're now inviting you to next steps based on your background and experience. So the next step after this, and after you have a chance to look at the downloadable documents, is complete a questionnaire. After we receive that, we will notify you directly of next steps. So let me suggest this. If you're looking for a job with a company that is either maybe providing you opportunity that you don't have right now, perhaps you're in transition and you're just looking for the right fit, the right job, or you're looking for more money because the position you've been in the past just doesn't provide you the economic benefits, or you're looking to improve your resume with stronger logos, or you're just looking for a stable company, period. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are a victim of everything happening in the economy right now, and you're looking for an established company with solid client relationships and long-term stability. This is a place that offers all of those things. Or even better, if you're a professional that understands that you've got to constantly be growing in the digital marketing space because it's always changing, and you're looking for ways to grow and develop and advance in your career, well, then this is really a place for you because of the learning element and the growth opportunities in addition to the rewards. So if any one of those scenarios sound like your situation, then this may be exactly for you. Now, let me first introduce myself so you know who I am and why I can share these things. My name is Mark Galvan. I am a recruiting manager, and I've been associated with the company and the ownership and the leadership team for several years now, and so I'm real familiar with the organization. But in my role as a talent acquisition manager, my key objective is to create a win-win scenario. And what that means is if you're the right candidate, then you win because you get the role, you get the opportunity, but the company wins also because they have a need and they're looking for the right person. Now, behind you, perhaps at home, you have stakeholders, people that support you or encourage you. They need to win also, because if you get the right opportunity, there's going to be people around you that benefit as well. And then on our side, we've got clients and customers. They need to be excited that we found you, and they are excited to have somebody like you to work with. So they win also. So if we can create a win-win situation, then we've really done our job. Now, we call this the accelerated virtual recruiting model because it really helps us move through this process more efficiently. Typically, we would have a recruiter reach out to you, and sometimes it would be an on-the-spot call out of the blue. Hey, we have your resume, and they would provide information, and they would ask you a bunch of questions. That's typically called a pre-screening interview, and it's a real interview. I mean, you're being selected in or selected out at that point, and you have no chance to prepare for how you're going to answer those questions. We don't want to do that. If you're the right candidate, we want to give you every chance to win. So what we've done is we've recorded all the information that we would normally provide you in a conversation, and that way you can listen to it anytime, anywhere, at night, whatever, or multiple times to listen to what we're talking about. Then when we give you access to the questionnaire, that's our chance to ask you questions. Those are initial questions that help us understand more depth beyond what's on your resume. And you're not on the spot. You can take your time to thoughtfully think about what you want to put down in response to those questions. And that's better for you too, because it's terrible to get off the phone with a recruiter and think, man, I wish I had remembered to say that. No, you can edit your answers. And we read every single word. So not only is this more efficient, it's better for you, and we don't have any scheduling constraints. All this can be done, at any point in time, 24/7, because you can listen to it and respond at your convenience. So think about your answers if you're interested and want to take next steps, and we'll talk about that more in a second. Our timeline right now is ASAP, and that stands for as soon as we find the right person. The company's not going to just hire anybody because that's not fair to both sides. So we are being thoughtful, but we will move very fast when we find the right person. Now, a little bit more about the company. GlobeRunner, as I said, has been around for more than a decade. And even though they're a mid-size digital marketing company, they have a fairly established culture and operational maturity model. So you see a lot of things that you don't see in mid-sized or smaller businesses. They've got a strong culture. They've got core values. For example, their core values are put clients first, lead with integrity, own the work, play to win, never stop learning, and be the spark that helps your clients achieve success. And everything is built around a theme of blasting off. And that's a metaphor for what we do with our customers and our clients when we help them develop marketing models that help drive sales and their organization can blast off. So even the internal team is sometimes called the ground control or mission control team. So it's great, and it's a great picture for the value proposition that we have to our clients. Now, services. Real quick, there's 4 main categories of services that the business provides. One is content marketing, and that's both the creation, the delivery, and the curation of content. Paid media is the second. Those are, paid advertisements that are strategically positioned to drive audience participation. Search engine optimization. As you know, if you're not on Google page 1, you're nowhere. And then finally, website design and development. How many times have we seen as customers and consumers, an advertisement, we go to a website and it's terrible and it just doesn't create any confidence whatsoever. So every one of these things is important. And as you know, every business, if they don't have marketing, they don't have sales. If they don't have sales, they don't have a business. So nothing can happen anywhere without marketing. And a lot of companies, especially small to mid-sized companies, they try to do marketing themselves. Like internal folks taking on responsibilities. I've always said that DIY marketing is kind of like DIY surgery. It's a mess, it's painful, and it costs a lot more in the long run. So it's much better to have an organization that has both the strategy and the tactical and the technical skills to be able to do all that for you as a business. Now, real quick, some of the differentiators between GlobeRunner and the rest of the market are fairly significant. One is just first the tenure in the marketplace. When you look at the number of digital marketing agencies that come and go, it's pretty dramatic. And over the last 10 years, there's dozens and dozens in any metro area that will pop up and disappear. But with the tenure, GlobeRunner just has an amazing track record of success with clients that have been with the business long term. Now, another thing that's real unique is a very well-rounded group of experts. I have talked to a lot of folks in this space over the years, and one complaint I hear from companies or people that are coming from larger companies is they're stuck in a silo and they don't have a lot of contact with other team members. Well, in this environment, the strategic design folks, the tactical folks, and the technical developers are all participants in the development and delivery of solutions to a client. So if you have not been in that kind of environment, you have a growth opportunity like none other. And seeing how all that comes together as a solution is incredible. So there's a unique package of capabilities here that gives us really the ability to provide like a turnkey solution to a customer that doesn't have the mature marketing capabilities. And really the proof is in the results. You can go to globerunner.com and take a look at all the client case studies and the video testimonials and see what clients are saying about the business. It's pretty awesome. So another thing that's unique is the focus on the mid-size market. The middle market is often neglected and ignored. For example, small businesses are oftentimes targeted because they're relatively simple to work with and they don't have demanding environments. And large companies have their own, complexity and bureaucracy, but they're big opportunities, like millions of dollars. And so they get a lot of attention. But in that middle market space, there's a huge need and a massive demand for more effective marketing. So that's the focus. And I'll tell you, in the recruiting space, it feels wonderful to be able to represent an organization like this. And that's something that we don't always have a chance to say about every company, but this is positive because GlobeRunner brings so much to the table. Now, the mission of this particular job is very simple. It's client retention and client profitability. So it's both. We don't want to just keep the client. We want to make sure that GlobeRunner is healthy financially and can continue to serve. So it's a balance between achieving the client's needs and making sure that the business wins as well. And if we had to look at a day in the life, obviously, as you can imagine, there's client meetings and responding to emails, managing tasks and tracking projects. Asana is the project management tool that's used. And if you've got that experience, you're already ahead of everybody else. Like if you have that and you're in the digital marketing space, you need to jump into this process because we want to talk to you. Creating and analyzing reports is another big thing. So when you look at all the analytics that are coming out of marketing campaigns, being able to read those and pull the intelligence out of the data to be able to provide strategic guidance to a customer, that's part of the responsibilities. So I would say in general that fairly complex marketing strategies are part of the daily responsibilities because they typically involve a combination of assessing the websites, looking for things that are positive and negative recommendations, SEO strategy, both the paid advertising and content marketing, as well as email marketing and also content as well on both the website and in other places like blogs. So even if a company has all that, if their conversion strategy is not working, the marketing is solid, but it's not converting to leads and sales, well, then that's obviously a problem. So watching that funnel, that pipeline, that flow, and all the metrics is also part of the work. So take a look at the full position profile. I mean, there's a lot more there, and you can look at it in more detail. I want to talk just briefly about the total rewards because a lot of times people are attracted to a business because of the money. And while I think from a talent perspective, the money is competitive and good, there's infinitely greater opportunity when it comes to growth and making yourself more valuable over time. I've always told candidates that are applying for jobs that if you can go work for one company and be embedded in their operation and you get 5 years of experience, you get 5 years of experience. But if you go to work for a consulting company where you're working with clients, in 5 years, you're going to get 15 years of experience because of the variation between all the different scenarios of working with different clients. It is, and that's a lot of people's experience in the consulting space, and that's why they become so valuable over time. So this has that type of an opportunity. Right now, the salary range for the digital marketing manager is between 55 and 70,000, and for the higher level, executive level, it's between 65 and 80,000. So there's flexibility to bring on the right person. Of course, there's full benefits like health insurance and dental, vision, and 401k and other things. But again, there's more when it comes to intangible benefits. There's an investment in your education. There's a yearly allowance for you to develop your skills, and there's a career path. And I think this is worth talking about just briefly. There's a very complex matrix of all organizational roles with what's required for each person to be able to be promoted and advance in their career, both financially, job title, and responsibility. And a lot of businesses don't have that. You're hired for one job, and you know what? You can work there as long as you stay in that role. Not at Globe Runner. There's a career path and a goal of helping you develop and grow and advance. So that's a huge, huge benefit that is fairly unique for organizations like this. So what's really in it for you? Well, yeah, definitely short term. It's a job, it's money, it'll pay the bills, and there's some growth opportunities. But in the long run, the difference is massive because of the long-term impact it can have on your career. One of the things that sometimes we share with candidates is that your most valuable asset is your future earnings. If we add up all the money you're going to earn in the future, year over year, that's your greatest asset, future earnings. And anything you can do to increase your street value, your market value, has a massive impact on your ability to accumulate wealth and be financially independent. So if you follow that, it's a big deal to be able to become more valuable in your role and not just make more money today. So long-term, whether you want to own your own business, be a consultant, a C-level executive, or be in sales or be a consultant, this is a track that can get you there. There's some pretty basic requirements. A bachelor's degree is nice, not required. We'll consider relevant experience as a replacement. 3 to 5 years is usually considered minimum of account management experience. And this is worth mentioning because a lot of times folks that are in the digital marketing space, they think that if they are working for a major company and they're managing all the accounts of their vendors, that's account management. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the design and the delivery of digital marketing solutions for customers, for third-party clients. And that means you've been in an agency already. That's the type of person we're looking for. Now, there are some people that are working under one logo, and it's kind of like working in an agency. For example, I've spoken to folks in the past where they were doing digital marketing for a hotel chain, but every owner of every hotel is a franchisee, and they all have different strategies, different demographics, different geographies, and they got to come up with all these separate and unique digital marketing campaigns for all these different owners, even though they're all one logo as a hotel chain, for example. Well, that's kind of like being in an internal agency. So if that's your situation, your background, let us know. Make sure that that's either well communicated on your resume or in the answers on your questionnaires, because that is really valuable. That's what we're looking for. And of course, prior experience with understanding, all the stuff I'm talking about on this audio overview. If you're kind of lost because of the technical speak, then this is probably not going to be a good fit. But if you've got 5 years or more of experience, 8 years of experience, then you definitely are somebody that we're going to want to talk to if you've been in an account manager role in digital marketing. So I mentioned technical skills in the form of Asana as a tool for project management. Of course, Microsoft Office, Excel, Adobe, internet skills. Dash This is another tool that's used. If you have that, that's great. And then at this point, we want to hear from you. So if you're getting this and you've gotten this far and you're still interested and you're excited about the possibility, then the next step is we want you to complete the questionnaire. We want you to tell us about your prior experience, your technical background, and more about you. And you can tell us anything. We will read all of it because at this point, we're going to use all that information to determine next steps, which will be a Zoom call or a Zoom interview or something. So let me close with this. Don't get discouraged if you're not selected or if this isn't the ideal fit. Hopefully there's a little bit of value and encouragement from what you heard here. But if you're a candidate, we are going to honor you with giving you some career resources at the end of this process, even if you're not selected. We will give you access to some information about resumes and interviewing that will help you on your own career journey. It's the least we can do because you've taken your time to participate in this process with us. So that's our way of thanking you. And if we have something else come up in the future, we would love to be able to reach out to you again and communicate. So with that, I'm going to close, and we look forward to seeing you on the next step of the process.